Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary. It is Tuesday, July the 30th. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks Take, all in one take. Hello from my beautiful dorm room in Abbotsford, BC. I'm here for the week doing our week-long Catholic leadership training for young people, and I'm looking forward to updating it as I can from here. And it is July 30th, so I want to wish a happy birthday to my late father, Larry. It's actually his 15-year death anniversary this year. He passed away in 2004, but today he would have turned 78 years old. And as many of you know who watch this channel, my dad is the one who introduced me to the Vancouver Canucks. Fond memories of listening to the games with him in his bedroom, me, him, and my brother lying on the bed listening to Jim Robson and Tom Larscheid on CKNW and just falling asleep listening to the Canucks game. So once again, happy birthday, Dad. Love you and I miss you. All right, today I want to talk about Nikita Tryamkin. I want to talk about him because this whole, the big news from yesterday was Nikita Gusev traded from the Vegas Golden Knights to the New Jersey Devils, and Gusev, of course, finishing off playing for a couple years in the KHL. So then I thought of the two Canucks players in the KHL, at least two, one of them being Podkolzin, but he's not going to come for a couple years. But one guy who's just finished 2 years in the KHL and has got one more year left on his contract is defenseman Nikita Tryamkin. We know the story. We know that he left the Vancouver Canucks after just playing one season, and that was in April 2017. He played 66 games, so he had a fair shot at the NHL, but he wasn't happy with his ice time. He wasn't happy with the way he was being deployed under Travis Green. Maybe him and his wife at the time weren't happy with the city, maybe a little homesick, all these things, and you can't really blame him at the time. But I do remember when he left way back in April 2017, we knew he was going to be for at least 3 years to play in the KHL. We knew that the Canucks retained his rights, which they do, which they have, and that means that he can come back as early as the end of the 2020 season. And so I think the tricky thing is, I'm studying because as I try to remember exactly the reasons why he left and the reaction, I think fans are split, right? There are some fans who felt really betrayed by Tryamkin and said, "Oh man, well, good riddance, we didn't need him," or if we tried to give him every opportunity, and how ungrateful is he? And there's that whole school of thought. But then there's the other school of thought that said, "Oh man, we really need him. That's really too bad. I'm really disappointed. He could be a really, really good player for this team, both now and in the future, and it's all Willie Desjardins' fault, and it's all the organization's fault for not taking care of him." And if you're a realist like me, although I'm very optimistic, very positive, as you know, and very good looking, I'm just kidding about that. I think if you're a realist, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. You want him to at least leave the door open for a return to the Canucks, but you also got to obviously respect his decision and his reason for leaving, especially if I always say family first. If family was the main motivator, ice time and deployment being, a smaller part of that, then so be it. So here's the deal. Do you want him, Vancouver Canucks fans, do you want Nikita Tryamkin to return to this team when his contract expires at the end of this regular season? So he might, if he does come back, he could sneak in if the Canucks somehow get in the playoffs this season, which is what we want, because the KHL season usually ends before the NHL season. But even if not, realistically, we're looking at the fall of 2020 if he does come back. Because there is some debate whether or not he's a true bona fide NHL defenseman, even a third pairing defenseman at that. I know I've heard Brendan Batchelor on Sportsnet 650 saying he doesn't believe that Tryamkin is actually an NHL quality defenseman, where there's others that look at his tantalizing package of size and speed. 6'7", 260 pounds, and when I say speed, decent speed for a guy that size. And he's not going to be the most aggressive guy ever. We saw that when he played for us for that one season. But still, that size alone on the blue line, I do remember him when he did. When he did actually do it, he plastered a few guys along the boards, and he had decent offensive ability. A good shot. Actually, was able to get the puck to the net. That's how he got some of his points as a Vancouver Canucks defenseman. But then you look at the right side when 2020, 2021 comes along, and then the only right side defenseman that's signed to a contract right now past the season is, of course, Tyler Myers, him, of the big contract that he signed on July 1st. Because the other two right side D-men are free agents. Chris Tanev is going to be a UFA at the end of the season, so likely the Canucks will find a place for him either at the trade deadline, or maybe they just walk away from him, but we have a lot of time to talk about that. And then Troy Stecher is an RFA, once again, after signing that smaller contract a year ago. So with Troy Stecher, I think, he's got a lot to prove this season. Is he more than a third pairing defenseman? Can he be a bona fide second pair defenseman? So I expect that the Canucks can, to re-sign him, to extend him whenever they can, because not only because of the local tie-in, but because he's a very good player. And he played in the World Championships, and he's developing as a player as we go. And he could be a very valuable part of the team going forward, this young Canucks team going forward. So if you say there's Myers, there's Stetcher, there's still an opportunity on that third pairing for Nikita Tryamkin if he decides to come back. Will he complain that he's on the third pairing? He better not. He's got to earn a spot, obviously. He's got to earn his minutes. But it seems like there is at least an opening if both the Canucks and Nikita Tryamkin want to explore that at the end of the 2020 season. Canucks fans, let me know what you think. What did you think of him when he was here 3 years ago? Were you upset when he left, or were you okay with it? And now that his contract is going to expire in the KHL, do you want him back? Do you see the Canucks making space for him to come back? Do you think Tryamkin will want to come back? And most importantly, do you want him to come back to the Vancouver Canucks? Do you think that he can be a bona fide NHL defenseman, or do you agree with Brendan Batchelor and think, no, maybe he's a tiny bit overrated, not his fault, but maybe he's not a proven NHL defenseman yet? Would love your comments. Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. Subscribe if you like to, like this video if you like to. Enjoy the day. God bless. Go Canucks, go.